Evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff. Certainly want to welcome you to the Missouri Association of College Admission Counselors Virtual College Fair. This evening, we're going to be hearing from about 5 institutions. They will each spend about 6 minutes introducing you to their program. If you have questions for them, you can ask them at any time through the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen, and they will answer you before the end of the session. And if they don't, they'll answer you afterwards. They will get a transcript of this. For those that are in attendance, all of your cameras are turned off and your microphones are muted. Without further ado, I will turn it over to Ruben with Dominican University.
Thank you, Jeff. And good evening, students. My name is Ruben Burnley. I'm our Senior Associate Director of Admission here at Dominican University, and I'm going to get my presentation up to share and talk a little bit about Dominican University. So a little bit about Dominican. We are a small school with big result. We're about 10 miles from downtown Chicago. Right in front of you, you see kind of our rankings in U.S. News and World Report as ranked in the top 10 of best regional colleges and universities in the Midwest. Also number 6 for best undergraduate teaching in the Midwest, but number 1 for best value in Illinois. And also number 3 for social mobility in the Midwest for helping unrepresented students to be able to navigate 6 months after graduation, going off to grad school and going off to med school or getting a job within their field. What's prominent about Dominican, small class size, your average 15 to 1 class size, 10 to 1 student teacher ratio, but being able to work hand in hand and next to your professors in collaboration such as research. What you see in front of you is about our top 10 majors that most students go into here at Dominican. I always like to pinpoint that we do have a direct entry nursing program here at Dominican. Our pre-med program actually works for 2 hospitals in the Chicagoland area. And our business program is actually a 5-year business program, which has the AACBS accreditation. And we do also have a fashion design, fashion merchandising program with an annual fashion show the first weekend in April. But we also have everybody's favorite major, which is called I don't know or undecided. And you don't have to declare a major until your first semester of your junior year. Here at Dominican, you're always going to have some type of connection with meeting with your academic advisor, which all students get a first-year advisor and a peer advisor here at Dominican. But being able to utilize resources on our campus, ranging from our writing center or our math lab as well too, but also getting wraparound support through our wellness center and also different development of different offices around our campus. Speaking about offices, I always like to mention career development. Career development is involved with our students starting day 1 when they arrive on campus, working with them to get a sense of who they are, sense of what they see themselves in about 4 to 5 years, being able to get connected with real interviews, mock interviews, but also being able to get mentors to be able to help them proceed to their field of choice. If you're ever on Jeopardy and they ask you who are the first 2 colleges that ever offer study abroad, Dominican University and Smith College, which is in Massachusetts, were the first 2 schools in the United States to offer study abroad, and we actually offer 20 study abroad programs for our students to take part of. Also, at Dominican, you actually have a chance to be able to get connected with different clubs and organizations. We have 35 different clubs and organizations, ranging from academic clubs to special interest clubs to different ethnic clubs that students are able to get involved with. And maybe you want to start your own club on campus, and you'll be able to do that here at an institution. Also, we are Division III for athletics, which means we do not offer any athletic scholarship, but we have very competitive programs. We actually have 12 intercollegiate sports teams ranging from men's and women's soccer, the cross country, the baseball, softball, basketball, men's and women's volleyball, and also men's bowling, which will start next fall, and in 2023, starting a stunt team on our campus here at Dominican. But we also do have intramural sports that students are able to get involved with. I mentioned this before, we're about 10 miles due west of downtown Chicago. So students coming from St. Louis area, we're about 5 hours away. Students that are coming from the Kansas City area, we're probably about 9 hours away, but definitely you can be able to get connected. We're right dab in the middle of both of the airports that are flying into Chicago and be able to get to connect to our campus, but also be able to get connected to the Green Line that would take you into downtown Chicago. In regards to applying to Dominican, we are featured on the Common App, and we also have our own application. And we are test optional, so you're not required to submit a test score when you're applying to Dominican University. So all we need is your application, your official high school transcript, and then from 2 weeks after that, we will be able to let you know if you've been admitted and also be able to receive some sort of merit-based scholarship. Speaking about scholarships, they range between $10,000 to $20,000 for our students. And then also we do give out a Residence Life Award for out-of-state students to receive $4,000. If you're graduating from a Catholic high school, since we're a Catholic university, you're able to receive additional $2,500 Catholic high school scholarship. And students that are involved with some type of community-based organization, like College Bound St. Louis or a TRIO or Upper Bound program, you can be able to receive additional $2,500, which is our success scholarship. Now, students that want to go study Italian, we do have a competition scholarship, which is our Barbertini Family Scholarship. A couple scholarships for students that want to go into nursing as well, too, to be able to apply for when they are looking at Dominican University. I know that my time is getting wrapped up, but I just want to let students know that you're able to visit Dominican on campus. We do have some couple events. Shameless plug, we do have a Discover Dominican open house, which is coming up on October 30th. But we also have some once a month at Saturday campus tour days, or also during the week we have visit opportunities. Father Samuel Matthew Kelly, who was a founder of the Dominican Order of Faith, always said college should be like home. So we do have a view at home where you can sit in the comfort of your couch or your bed to learn a little bit more information about Dominican. And all that information can be found on our website that's listed here, but I will put in our chat more information about connecting with Dominican. So thank you for listening to this presentation. There's my contact information, and good luck with your college search.
Thanks so much, Ruben. Appreciate that. Next up, we have Cornell University. Excuse me, Cornell College, I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. We definitely get a lot of confusion between us and Cornell College, or sorry, Cornell University, but we are Cornell College. We were funded first, and we are a small private liberal arts college in Mount Vernon, Iowa. Let me pull up the presentation so that I can present to all of you today. I just have a couple of quick slides. All right, share screen. All right. So we are Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa. We are located about 4.5 hours north of St. Louis and about 5 hours of kind of north east of Kansas City. So I'm just going to be talking a little bit about Cornell College and what makes us a pretty unique institution. So first of all, we do something that's very different. We are one of about 3 schools in the nation that do the one course at a time schedule. And what that means is rather than taking 4 classes at once, our students actually just take 1 class for about a month. They have a couple days off and they start a new class the following Monday. Typically, you're in class from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then you're in class again, typically from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That might vary a little bit depending on what class you're taking. If you're taking something that's really hands-on, like engineering, you might find that 4 hours a day is going to be really common. If you take something that has more reading, let's say psychology, sociology, history, something like that, 2 hours a day is going to be much more common. So you might find that some classes are going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, just morning, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays would be morning and afternoon. But either way, you don't have class before 9 a.m. You don't have class after 3 p.m. You don't have class on the weekends. And then essentially once a month, you have a block break. So we have our finals once a month. So each one of your finals is going to be separate of each other. And then you're going to have a couple days off before you start that next course. So this is a look at our academic calendar. We call it the one course at a time, often referred to as the block schedule. So we refer to our classes as blocks. So you take 4 blocks each semester, 8 blocks a year. This last summer, we did offer our first 2 summer block options. So we are going to continue doing that. So you can take up to 10 classes a year, but in a traditional academic school year as a full-time student, you'd be taking 8 classes. So it's a really unique way to study. It's really immersive, really hands-on. We are definitely a small school. Our classes are capped at 25. Our average class size is about 15, about 1,000 students. So our class sizes definitely have a lot of one-to-one individual attention. Our student to faculty ratio is 13 to 1, but within classes, you can have classes as small as 8, 10, 15 students on a regular basis, especially as an upperclassman. And then we have the traditional fall breaks. So we have fall break, we have winter break, we have spring break, and then we have our summer break if you're not taking additional classes as well. So this is kind of a look at that one course at a time schedule. Anything that you see in white is going to be a weekend or a block break at Cornell College. We have a lot of opportunities at Cornell that I think are not able to happen at some other schools. So we have a lot of opportunities for study abroad, and students can actually study abroad on the one course at a time. So what that means is that students can go abroad for a month and then still take 7 other classes as well. So with study abroad options, students will often choose to study abroad on the one course at a time because they can usually go abroad multiple times, sometimes within a year, and they can usually study abroad within multiple years as well. So I think about 60% of our campus does some kind of study abroad at some point. And like I said, a lot of those students will actually study abroad multiple times. I had a colleague who graduated from Cornell who actually studied abroad 3 times in his senior year. We do have semester and year-long study abroad as well, but most students choose to study abroad on the one course at a time because it can be a better fit. And if you're a student athlete, you can study abroad and not have to give up that entire semester. We also have a lot of opportunities for off-campus learning. So you might have a class that's going to Chicago for a couple of days. You might have opportunity to do an internship off campus. So there's a lot of ways to be very flexible about your schedule and then still take a full amount of classes and be on campus for most of the year. So I wanted to show you a little bit about what our campus looks like. So we are, again, located in the Midwest. It is a very green campus. It's really nice, especially this time of year. We're pretty small, like I said, about 1,000 students. So you can walk from one side to the other in about 5 to 10 minutes. We have a lot of different resources on campus. We are a residential campus, so most students live on campus all 4 years. We have a big commitment to health. We know that that's a big concern for a lot of students. So we do have a health endowment, and we do a lot of de-stressing events and events to help make sure that you're, staying on top of things and getting campus resources for mental health and spirituality and things like that. We have a lot of students who are involved in athletics. I believe we're about 30% of our students involved in athletics. We have about 25% of our students who are involved in fine arts, and we have a long list of extracurriculars from a ukulele club to ultimate frisbee club. They're all student-led, so there's a lot of internship and leadership experience within that as well. And then, of course, we have our academic support. You're given an advisor from that very first year. It's going to be an advisor within your major. And because we're a small campus, there's a lot of support that happens with figuring out, what classes you're taking and what major you're thinking about potentially. And then, of course, we have a Berry Career Institute, which is our our internship office. Have a lot of internship connections all throughout the United States. We are about 80% out of state. So most of our students come from outside the state of Iowa. And then we have student employment in our alumni office as well. We have a lot of new initiatives on campus. We just built a new science center about 2 years ago. We also have a new athletic center that's going to be opening up fall of 2022. So not during this year, but in the upcoming year, there's going to be a new athletic center. It's going to be really nice, really brand new, a lot of opportunities for our students to be able to work out and have lots of opportunities regardless of whether or not they're a student athlete. I know I'm getting close on time, so I'm just going to jump to the very end. We're going to talk a little bit about scholarships. So being a private college, we have a lot of, there's sometimes a little bit of price shock when you see that price, but we don't have an app fee, so you can learn all of your scholarship and financial information at no cost to you. We also have a scholarship specifically for out-of-state students from Missouri. So if you're an admitted student from Missouri, you're automatically going to get $30,000 of merit-based scholarship, which is our second highest scholarship at Cornell. We also have fine art scholarships in music, theater, art, and dance, and esports as well. So if you're interested in those areas, you could potentially get a scholarship that stacks upon that merit-based. That's all I have. I know I went over a lot of information. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and give me a call, give me a text, or shoot me an email, or I'm happy to answer questions in the chat box as well.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Gavin, you're up next with Millikin University.
Awesome. Give me just a second to share my screen. Awesome. So my name is Gavin Halpin, and I am a St. Louis regional recruiter for Millikin University. So for students in the St. Louis area, I'll be working with you exclusively in person if you are a senior and go through our process. But similarly, I work with students throughout the whole state of Missouri. So if you're from St. Louis area, Millikin is only about 2 hours away. If you are from closer to the KC area, we are closer to the 5 hours. So that brings me to where we are located in Decatur, Illinois. We are about as central Illinois as you can get for those of you that are unfamiliar. So if you see that state of Illinois map at the bottom and see that blue icon, we're truly 30 minutes to the east of Springfield, Illinois, the state capital, and about 45 minutes to the west of Champaign, Illinois, where the University of Illinois is. So truly right in the middle of the prairie of Illinois. The greater Decatur area has about 70,000 people, and our campus is a smaller campus in terms of about 2,000 total students. So Millikin is Decatur's university. That's something that we enjoy the give and take and the community impact that our students are able to have, but also the fact that we have a great alumni base and also individuals in the Decatur community who just really enjoy coming to our campus. So it's not uncommon to see individuals come to our campus for lectures, come for athletic events. We are a Division III based institution, or to see them on campus for some of our fine arts events. So that's something that the give and take. We have an open campus. It's not like it's only for the Millikin community. We see Decatur residents utilizing our library, utilizing our entertainment across campus. So there's a great give and take there. I will pinpoint up in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a clip of our downtown area. We do have several fun shops and restaurants in our downtown area, but we also have several student-run ventures. So what do those mean? It truly means that these are opportunities where our students are running every aspect of it. So we have several student-run art galleries, and we also have a black box theater that our theater students are running every aspect of, up into the opportunity to even turning a profit if they find themselves so businessly inclined. But we also have a student-run coffee shop. So those are opportunities for our students to ingrain themselves in the community as well. Won't read all of these rankings to you, but I think that in our current state, to be able to say that we are #3 best college in Illinois to land you a job is something that we take very seriously. We don't want to just be a conveyor belt institution of, great, you're here, we'll see you at the end. Our faculty work with you throughout the whole process to help with internships, to help with advising on maybe the best grad school fit or med school fit or law school fit. And that's something that works out well in addition to going on and finding that next dream job. So we're really proud of that ranking. Here's a great snapshot of the institution. So I mentioned earlier that we are that smaller private institution with 2,000 total students. Our average class size is 15. Our student to faculty ratio is 10:1. So you're never going to be taught by TAs or teaching assistants. It's always going to be taught by your teaching faculty, which is great because you're able to know your strengths and weaknesses and know what else you're involved in across campus. If you look kind of in the top right, you'll see that we have 50+ academic programs. Being a liberal arts based institution, we see our students, many of our students pursue at least an additional minor, if not pursuing several minors or a double major. And I'll break down kind of the academic routes within our institution. And we, as I mentioned, we are a Division III based school with 23 men's and women's varsity sports competing in the very competitive CCIW. So I mentioned the 50+ academic majors. They are divided up amongst these 4 individual colleges and schools. So we have our colleges of arts and science. So the humanities, if you wanted to major in history or communication, that is where you would be. We also have the traditional sciences, so biology, chemistry. This is where I like to make the distinction for students that say, I know I'm going to go on to med school. I think I'm going to come in pre-med. Your major is still you would be a major within our College of Arts and Sciences within biology or chemistry, but you would be also advised in a pre-professional setting within our institution. So I always like to make students aware of that, what your major would for sure be within our institution. We also have a College of Fine Arts that has 4 individual areas within it. Our School of Theater and Dance is probably our most popular. We have great national recognition with seeing students apply from about 40 different states, specifically for our BFA in musical theater. We also have a School of Music within the College of Fine Arts, a School of Art, and then a School of Arts, Technology, and Administration. We also have a College of Professional Studies, so think of anything that you would need an additional licensure for. So the nursing side of things, education, as well as exercise science and sport. And then we have our Tabor School of Business that has, again, just general business administration major, but also on down the mix of finance, accounting, international business. So that's how the 50 splits out amongst our institution. But on our small campus, our students are involved. An average Millikin student is involved in at least 3 things. I always pick on kind of the football student athlete. So a student that comes in and says, I'm just going to do football. Chances are by the time their 4 years are up with us and they graduate, they've joined at least 2 other things outside of football. So I always say to think of the campus involvement as individual bubbles. So there's an athletic and wellness bubble, right? That your varsity sports are in, your intramurals are in, your other general wellness activities are in. We have the fine arts and performance bubble. We have the Greek life bubble, community service bubble, honors and academic-based organizations. So you can go into as many bubbles as you'd like. It's just a matter of what you have the time to do while you're on our campus. As several other schools have mentioned, here's how the study abroad opportunity works with us. We have some that are more traditional, be away for a semester, or we have as well immersion opportunities where you could go for 10 days or up to a month. So that's an opportunity to pursue. And finally, for those of you that are seniors interested in see how our application process works, we are test optional. All we need to see is your transcripts, but if you want to send supporting documents as well, we'd love to work with you. Thank you for attending, and please don't hesitate to reach out with more questions throughout your college search. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Gavin. Next up, we have Hendrix College.
Hey, everybody. My name is Kevin Mitchell. I'm a admission counselor at Hendrix College here in Conway, Arkansas, which is about 35 minutes from Little Rock. So you get a small college community in a college town, but you're close to all of the resources of a capital city, the restaurants, the music scene, the arenas. So you get the best of both worlds. We are a small liberal arts college. We're about 1,100 students. Our student to faculty ratio is around 10-to-1, and our average class size is only 16. So you get to know your professors really well. You have that tight-knit community experience. We really value having learning happen outside the classroom. Even the architecture of campus is purposely designed around spontaneous interaction and conversation. I would say that the 2 things besides our location in Arkansas that make us unique for a college of our profile is that we have an independent mindset and we are very career focused. So what do I mean by the independent mindset? Well, on top of your major and minor and maybe a pre-professional program if you're interested in pre-law or pre-med or something along those lines. In addition to all of that, every student has to do at least 3 Odyssey projects, but most students end up doing 7 to 10. And the reason for that is that it's an extremely flexible requirement. An Odyssey project can be applying for funding to study abroad. Last year, students went with a professor to Belize to study coral reefs. People have gone to Guatemala to study Mayan ruins. People have gone to Switzerland to study cheese making. An Odyssey project could also be coaching a youth league over the summer. It could be performing in the arts for 2 years. It could be you hear a concept in a class, but you're only going to study that in class for a week or 2, but you really want to get deeper into it. And so then you pair up with a professor mentor, and then you can do a whole independent study on that. An Odyssey can be anything that you want it to be, as long as you can justify it as part of your education. And the idea behind that is not only do you get to direct your own education while you're at Hendrix, whether that means going deeper into your major or exploring a lot of different things, but it also means that after 4 years, you can become an advocate for yourself and you can feel comfortable asking for what you want. And if you go into academia or the research world or the nonprofit world, you're going to have to ask for funding all the time. And even apart from that, asking for a raise, asking for a promotion, asking for a transfer of responsibilities. That skill and that confidence in asking for what you want and being able to say what you're going to do with it and then to follow through, that can help you in your career. So transitioning to the career conversation, our career services office is outstanding. They know people everywhere. We like to say that we are a small school with a very large footprint. We've been around 150 years in Central Arkansas, and so we've gotten to know a lot of people over that time. So the Career Services Center will work with you as early as your first semester freshman year, if you choose, to pair you up with internships, mentorships, job shadowing, interviewing, meaning like informational interviewing, connections with alumni to make sure that if you're interested in grad school, you have a really solid grad school application because of everything that I've just said and more. Our grad school acceptance rate is 90%, and also prepares you for the working world because you'll have those connections, you'll have that work experience, the shadowing, the information. One other thing that I want you to take away from the things that I've mentioned is that you might have noticed that I've been talking a lot about your individual choice and your individual choice of what you're pursuing in the Odyssey program or how much you take advantage of the Career Center. That's pretty central to our vision for our students here. We believe that our students are adults, and we believe that our students are capable of taking their education into their beyond the structure that we provide with the major. And so we set out all of these resources for you: the Career Services Center, the Odyssey office, volunteering and service opportunities, and more. But it's really up to you to pursue it and to make the most of your time at Hendrix. After 4 years, we want you to be out in the working world or in grad school, and we give you what you need to get there. But we think that the other half of that equation is building up student confidence in themselves to take charge of their own journey. A little bit about our Tuition Advantage program, which is a really exciting way that we are making Hendrix affordable. A lot of times you might think that do I go to a more expensive private school or do I go to a less expensive public school? And we try to narrow the level the playing field a little bit there. So if this is our tuition and this is the tuition of your flagship public school in your state, the tuition, and your merit-based aid doesn't get you down to that level, then we'll knock it down. So again, if this is our tuition and this is the posted tuition of the flagship public school, which is listed on our website of your state, and your merit-based aid doesn't get you down to that point, then we'll knock it down. But a lot of people, the aid goes down further than that. So it's not like we're going to knock it back up. So that is definitely a way that we try to make college affordable. Reach out to me anytime. We love to talk to you. And I'm happy to have a conversation about anything you might be interested in about Hendrix.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. Next up, we have Central Methodist University.
Hello, everybody. Let me get this screen share going here. You know what? It wants to fight me. That's okay. I'll just talk to you guys today. Thank you all for being here. My name is Jake Goslin, and I am an admissions rep at Central Methodist University. We are located in Fayette, Missouri. Those of you that are familiar with Missouri, we're just about 20 minutes north of Columbia and about 2 hours from St. Louis and 2 hours from Kansas City. So just right about in the middle of the state. Central Methodist, smaller college, rural town. We have about 1,200 students here at Central. Big programs and major focus points here in our short 6 minutes together. Programs of national recognition are our nursing program, our athletic training program, marine biology, and then the fine and performing arts, specifically music and music education. We do have a lot of competitive options within those majors as far as additional aid upon acceptance, additional aid starting at your freshman year and moving forward. And all of those, all of the specifics of those, I'll make sure to share a link to you all in the chat. Central competes in the NAIA. We have been adding sports quite rapidly the last few years. The newest sports this year are men's and women's bowling. 2 years prior, we added men's and women's wrestling. And then next year, we will be adding stunt as well. So another form of competitive cheer. Athletics is a big part of life here at Central. Women and men's soccer, both very competitive. Men's soccer won nationals, not last year, but the 2 years prior to that. The baseball team here at Central as well took second in the nation last year. all of those programs have just seen growth at a rapid pace, and we definitely do value that here at Central. As far as scholarships go, what we would do first is take a look at what your academic credentials are coming out of high school. From there, we'll look to stack that with other participatory-based scholarships as far as your athletics go, or involvement in fine and performing arts, or in any one of those newer sports that have started as well. Then we'll also look at things like if you have A+ eligibility. We don't take a true A+, but we can do an Eagle Elite or Eagle Select scholarship. Some of the bigger opportunities coming up here at Central, we will have a Central's Got Talent competition. That is a focus on music and performing arts. The grand prize of that scholarship, there will be 2 full tuition scholarships that are available to students. We'll also have a center stage competition, which is focused on theater, with as well an additional 2 full tuition scholarships. Here at Central, we do offer a valedictorian scholarship as well, which is full tuition. And another opportunity that is looked at a lot by our students is our Methodist scholarship. We do half tuition scholarship for any student that's a part of a United Methodist Church, and that can be partnered with the United Methodist Higher Education Foundation to get to a scholarship totaling around $17,000 a year. Total cost of attendance at Central is $35,120. 99.9% of our students are on scholarship to some degree. So it's similar to what some of the other schools are saying, that number starts off really high, but we are very competitive in what we do. We pride ourselves in our transparency at Central. I verify this by working in admissions and coaching and making sure that those bills line up to what I'm talking with you all about today. You're not going to find hidden fees. You're not going to find random things thrown in. We'll work on that cost together directly and help make a smart decision for you and your family. Our placement in the field after graduation is right at about 91%. And really what we're doing here at Central is building community, bringing you into the community here, and helping connect you to that larger Central community outside of this little town of Fayette. If you guys have more questions, I'm going to share my information down below in the chat. I would love to talk with all of you, especially those of you in the St. Louis area. I'm from St. Charles, Missouri, born and raised, and we can all ask each other where we went to high school and make judgments off each other from that. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your evening, and look forward to answering any further questions you guys have. Thank you.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate that. Our final institution this evening is Hanover College.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen real quick with you all. Oh, not seeing the screen that I want to share. Have this little thing in the way, apologize. All right, so I'm Corrine Turner from Hanover College, 2014 graduate of Hanover. I'm just gonna jump right into it. For academics, we have a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio, average class size is 17, 34 majors and the option to create your own. You'll see below that our top majors: engineering, health sciences, business scholars, which includes a business major and business minor. Our physician scientist diversity program, which encourages minorities and women to enter the field of pre-health and pre-medicine, and we partner directly with doctors at Indiana University. And we recently added a graduate program in the field of doctor of physical therapy. 95% of our students will participate in an internship before they graduate, so they're more than prepared for whenever they enter the workforce. And our career center is hoping to get that number to 100%, hopefully by the end of this year. So just some fast facts. This is a little bit about our Future Foundations program. Since we have a smaller size, we have a pathway that allows students to kind of build upon their relationships with their professors and really take whatever they're learning on campus and put that in their internship experience, and then again share that whenever they enter the workforce. One of our favorite stats to share is that we have a 99% graduation placement rate. So that means within 7 months of graduation, all of our students are placed within are fully employed or in a graduate program. Again, just a little tidbit. I'll let you look at that for a second. Roughly 60% of our campus will study abroad. We have 3 options for this: fall term, winter term, or a May term, which is a single course that's taken in the month of May. So we have 19 different programs available for our students, and you don't have to be a native speaker, and your tuition will follow you. So you don't have to worry about figuring out how to pay for it. You just have to get there and back. Hanover is in the top 25% of institutions nationwide that will contribute to your enlightenment and enrichment. So we're really proud of that, and give the students autonomy to choose what they want to do, what speakers they want to bring in, what musical artists they're interested in. And I think that's a really neat part. I got to see some people that actually voted for as a student, and students really like that part of being able to participate in what's being brought to them. 70 plus different clubs and organizations. If it doesn't exist, you can make it on your own. Some new clubs that have done that in the past couple of years include our drumline, our step team, and then this year we introduced an archery club. Hanover itself is beautiful. It's 650 acres, lots of hiking that you can do. You can kayak on the river, which can be rented through our Student Life Center. There's boat tours, there's festivals. It's definitely worth seeing with your own eyes. And fun Jeopardy fact, only place you can see 3 bends in the Ohio River. So Alex Trebek said our name one time. Athletics, quick facts. 40 plus conference championships. I know whenever I was a student, we had 5. We are a D3 institution, and that breakdown on campus looks right around a 60-40 split. So a lot of our students do participate in athletics, and there are special gym times for our teams. And a lot of great community. Students really get into it. Coaches will email and invite you to games. And it's just really exciting to see our students perform well. And you can tell that with our championship status in the last 5 years. Dining is super important to us. So we have all farm to table organic food. You're not going to get anything like McDonald's or fast food. It's great food. It's good for you. It's healthy. We often say we don't have chicken nuggets. We have strips because they're hand breaded. And the Parkhurst staff is just really wonderful to work with. They're very fun. They play music during lunch. They know your name, and there's daily smoothies, daily lemonades, a lot of for your own options on campus. Admission and financial student services. Just a little bit about our application process, currently open. You can apply on the website or Common App. All you need is an official transcript, but we do like to read essays and have those letters of recommendations. We have no fee, and we've been test optional since 2017, so it's nothing new to us. And we often discuss that with our students when they come visit, so we'd love to see you on campus and share more about that experience with you and what may be the best option for you moving forward. This is our scholarship matrix. You'll see that starting at number. So $20,000 just to start off, and then you get an additional $2,000 just for visiting us, and another $2,000 for completing your FAFSA. So that's free $4,000 after both of those items are complete, and those are kind of like basic college things you got to do. Here are a couple of our competitive scholarships. We also have a Spencer Scholarship available for minorities who are interested in engineering. So minorities include people of color, females, and those with physical disabilities. And this is a full ride scholarship, so the student won't pay for anything, and there's 2 of those. We also extended Pell Promise to all 50 states. So if you are Pell eligible, your tuition will be covered at Hanover College. So no matter where you go, if you're Pell eligible, tuition is covered at our institution. We also have a 4-year guarantee, meaning that if you are on track to finish in 4 years and you don't, your 5th year of tuition will be covered by Hanover College. And again, my name is Corrine Turner. I'm Associate Director of Admission and the Admission Coordinator for the Doctor of Physical Therapy program. If any of you would like to learn more about that, please do not hesitate to contact me at turnerc@hanover.edu, 812-866-7028, or 812-599-1180. And you can call or text either of those numbers. I would be happy to share with you.
Thanks, Corrine. Appreciate that. So why don't I invite all of the representatives back on camera real quick. We've got a couple of minutes left here. So I thought before we wrapped up tonight, I would ask each representative to give us one thing, one, or you'll take two probably, but what is the one thing you would want us to remember about your institution tonight? And we'll go in order we presented. So Ruben, I'll ask you to lead us off here.
All right. I think one point I want students to remember us by is, even though we're 10 miles from downtown Chicago, we have endless possibilities to be able to get connected in a just, humane world.
Very good. What about Cornell?
Yeah, so I think the obvious answer is probably the block plan because it's a very unique schedule. Just remembering that if you came to Cornell, it'd be a little bit of an alternative learning style where you're really focusing on one subject rather than taking an entire course load throughout an entire semester.
Perfect. Millikin?
Our students perform. It doesn't matter if they're in the arts or not, they're going to perform and immediately be applying what we're teaching them in the classroom.
Perfect. Hendrix College.
I just want to reiterate our Odyssey program and being able to direct your own education on top of the structure that you'll already have from the majors.
Excellent. Central Methodist.
Yeah, guys, thank you again. I just really want to focus on you having accountability, you becoming a part of the community, and you knowing that college is going to be what you make out of it. Okay. And you know what? I'll nod all these other universities as well, guys. Okay. At Central, of course, we want you to be your best. They want you to be your best as well. But just know that college is going to be what you make out of it. So it's not necessarily about me, but just take that for what it's worth. Okay. And if you guys could land up with any of these people, any of us whatsoever, I'm sure you're going to be in great hands. And if you want to help, if you want more help on that, just ask.
And then Corrine, wrap us up with Hanover.
As an alumni, I can say Hanover will change your life. It was the best experience of my life. You'll make the best friends. You'll get a wonderful education, and you won't forget that experience. And it's just a great place to learn who you are and be who you are, and take that into the real world and be your authentic self moving forward in your career, no matter where you end up.
Perfect. Well, on behalf of all the institutions, I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening. If you have any unanswered questions, they can be answered afterwards. The representatives will get a transcript of this presentation. On behalf of StriveScan and the 6 institutions, thank you for joining us. Wish everybody a good evening and good luck in your search process. Bye-bye.